Good morning vlog. Red vlog. I got a bagel. July's there.
I'm here.
That's it.
I'm always here.
We're going to Central Park. My Shayla's here. We're at Central Park. It's beautiful. I love Central Park. I love the city, but it is like so cool that it's just so green and everything's beautiful. And we're crossing the street. Oh, yay.
It's a pleasure. I'm better at pickleball than every last person here. I'm sorry.
We're at Central Park. It's beautiful. There's gonna be a clip, but
No, I gotta have them on the butt as far down as possible, so they're just almost pantaloons.
almost pantaloons. I bought ones that are like that, but I can't figure out how to wear them. But they were Levi's, but they're like a size
It's all
40
about the
waist.
socks. So you gotta wear high socks.
Okay.
Not like high, but
Now I have a good belt. I stole this belt
belt
from my
will work,
dad.
too.
The belt will help. My other belt was falling apart.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. We're clapping now.
And you know what happened after that? Her dog ran away. Oh.
We're getting food. Mom, we came here. It was probably 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
No, it was last year. Because we
last
came to
year.
NBC last year.
Yeah, that makes
we
more
got-
sense.
Yeah, it was last
I just remember they're getting our food. I might have to turn it off. They're calling our food. Well, anyways, we're in NBC. Juniors are seeing Natalie Pascarello. We're gonna go to the New York Public Library, and I'm very lit. Here's Mr. Ansel. Here's Mr. Cochran. Ryan's watching Netflix. F word. We're down here. Here's all these stores. Oops. Is it still filming? Okay. I had a yummy bowl. My foot hurts, but we up. Hi vlog, we're at the Nintendo store. We went to that record shop, which you will see in the last clip. And it was turned, and everything's turned. But I don't care about Nintendo. Here's Jacob. Jacob has no phone. Dead as hell. There's Gabe. F words are everywhere. Hi vlog, we did, what's the last thing I think I showed you the library last. We did the library, we walked back. That's actually it. Nothing was missed. I just haven't talked in a while. It's just been clips of me. Oh, my earrings are slay. We're getting juniors. We haven't been to juniors at all this trip. So we're doing juniors, and then we're seeing Sunset Boulevard, and that's it. And that's it. Hi vlog.
But we can't have another Bella Thompson.
Potato pancake.
So like the bar is in hell, basically. But like either way, I know he's gonna eat down.
Wait, y'all, and then listen to this.
I love juniors. Hi vlog. We ate. Then we went to this cute little store, and I got a Great Gatsby shirt. And now July in my hotel room. We up here. We about to go to Sunset Boulevard. Hi vlog. This is so weird. Sunset. It's good.
Hi vlog.
I don't know why July's so confused. They say everything that they're doing.
I'm confused, but also I'm like,
It's basically like
I get it.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah.
it's like it's all black, and they just clean out, and then the cameras come out.
Yeah, that's what, like listening to the dialogue is hard because I like can't process words. I go, huh, what, 1,000 times a day, and there's no visual cues. Like,
Right,
there's
but-
no pictures. Like, so but
that makes you
I'm,
clean out
I'm
more.
having a cute time. Like, I think I'm getting turned. Why am I bald?
But it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm having a cute time.
But
cute.
it's crazy. I'm just kind of gagged.
Gabe just asked me if there was a synopsis of the Playboy. I think he wants the vlogs.
Let Aiden get it first.
Oh,
yeah, mine first.
That's right.
Hi vlog, it's Aideen and Hannah. I know you like us more than you like
us.
Nina and July.
And I know that's right.
Period. So I noticed, I clocked this pretty soon. No one is moving their faces but the main girl, Nicole
It's
something.
like she was like crazy, she's moving around.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like stiff.
Yeah, and I think it's because she's batshit crazy and they're all normal. maybe I'm
agree.
being stupid, but
I
she's
know. I
really.
think that's like a very like yeah.
Thank you,
yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah.
She's like crazy, and they're all not. So she's doing more.
Exactly. No, I didn't understand what was happening in the beginning, but it's kind of fire.
Me neither. I didn't get it until like the very like last few songs. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
But before that, I was like, girl, what the hell's going on?
It was confusing.
But I really like it, and I'm really excited for
Yes.
Act 2.
Yes, I'm excited.
So yeah. And the entire like low-key the entire first act, I was like, did I shut my phone off? So I'm gonna check when I turn the vlog back in. I'm gonna be opening my purse, y'all.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You get a call in the middle of the show.
Yeah, I don't want to be that person. I was like, oh my god, y'all. Oh my god. Oh, I think they're vacuuming up the. They're sweeping up the. They're sweeping up the confetti.
The confetti.
Yes, stage manager.
Okay. And they get on it.
Yeah, that's Easton Sheeler.
That's Easton Sheeler.
Sunset Boulevard. I'm excited for that. Is he gonna come through the?
That's all I know about the show.
No, literally. I know, and I know the ending, like the very, very end. But I don't know how we got there. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to hear or should I? Okay.
Oh yeah, you go for it. You go for it.
Oh, you're right.
What the hell do you what? Give me the damn phone. Jeez. Do you guys like my bow tie? Hi Nina's mom, if you're watching. I wish you were here. But anyways, I'm really confused on this. What do you have to say?
I'm lost.
You're lost? Layla, what do you have to say about this?
I feel it's gonna be like a not spoiler. I think it's gonna be like a we're not gonna expect it. We're not gonna expect it. It's gonna
Yeah. Unexpected?
unexpected death.
Yes. Somebody will die. That's fine.
I did the cue, me next.
I did the cue.
Am I in the queue now? Oh, give me that goddamn camera. Low roll.
Okay.
So what I think happened was,
Okay, I'm gonna be part of it.
okay, so like he went to Hollywood. He was like, I'm broke, I'm starving. Don't nobody know me. And they met somehow. She was like, I used to be so famous. Oh my god.
Because Ron he was hiding his car in her parking lot, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He was running for the
The car you're trying to
That
take
was
his
the
car.
prologue.
He couldn't pay for his car. So
Reading
he was trying
Rainbow.
to take his car, and then
So then she was like, oh, you're a writer? Let me show you something I'm writing. And he was like, this is really bad. Wasn't like she like showed him what she was writing and he was like, this is ass? Yeah. So then
She was like, well, I need your help.
yeah.
And then he started living with her, right?
Right. And then they like lived together and like she was like, this movie is my baby.
I don't know what's going on with the other lady.
Oh yeah, and then he like met that one random all of them at AD Shaw. Y'all bought her, Bob.
Y'all bought her. Continue, please.
So what happened was, so then he met this one random girl, and she was like, I want to be famous, and he was like, no, you ain't. I think. So you know, I don't know what happened, but so then what happened was, they were cleaning out, writing the story.
talk about the body bag.
Oh yeah, he did. She killed her. He established that.
I think she did too. There's no way she kills him, right? I thought he was gonna kill her, but he was in the bag. Yeah.
So and then New Year's, and then she was like, I want to freak it, and then he was like, so then are you gonna speak?
We gotta lock in. Let me turn my house back. We can talk for 6 minutes.
And then he's like, bye, don't want you, bye. I'ma go do New Year's with these divas. He's like, I'm gonna go move out and live with these other bitches. And then she's like, cut, don't like that. Slit, don't like that. I think. Can we applaud? Nina Holtz wants to text back Amy Layton, so here's the vlog back.
Yikes.
I know he ain't saying yikes. As seen tonight in the first time ever in the production, in the walk around, that was the real deal that you saw. So, for that, I truly did not lie to you. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. 5,000 is the highest bid. Do I hear anyone for more than $5,000? $5,500 right there. Thank you so much, sir. What about my South African friend? Are we feeling $6,000 or what? $6,000! Thank you, sir. All right, we get $6,000. Do we hear anything more than 6 tonight? Do we hear 7? I won't lie to you, we have items go for sale for $8,000 on the stage. So maybe tonight is the night to make a record. It feels like a record-breaking night. Anyone more for, what do we got? We're at 6. Oh, and $6,100 right here. Andrew Lloyd Webber is also signing this bullhorn. That ups its value. And Jamie Lloyd, that ups its value by at least $6,000. We got 61. It's beautiful. I have to remind everyone, this really is for a wonderful, wonderful cause. This organization is really a beautiful part of the community. Thank you so much. $6,100 is our highest bid. Anyone for more?
I forgot to vlog. Sunset Boulevard was crazy. I can't even talk about it. It was like, I'm assuming that the original was just very classic, and that they just took the script and did whatever they wanted. They all wore black. There was like a camera that would follow them around like a movie, which I thought was cool. The guy was hot. Nicole, what is her name? Nicole?
Norma?
Yes. Yeah, Norma. Yeah, I just met like her real name, the actress. Like she's super famous. She was like nominated in Grammys. I like knew she was super famous, but I was reading her bio and I was like, wow, she's like really famous. Anyways, her voice was like incredible. It was just all incredible. It was beautiful. And then at the end,
It was so good.
like all of it, she was just
beautiful.
truly beautiful. And I'm like, y'all are calling her old and all this stuff, and like I get that that's the Hollywood thing. But sometimes she would be singing, and then we would applaud her for so long. She was like basked in bright light, and it was just wow, she's so perfect.
Literally.
It was actually crazy.
I literally thought she was supposed to be 20 something
I know.
until the young one came out, and then she said she was.
Yeah, I literally. That's what I'm saying. Like, hello? And then you'll see in the clip, but they were doing a fundraiser for Broadway Cares. So she, on their Wednesday matinee, all the tech was messed up, so she sang through this bullhorn. So they all signed the bullhorn. They're doing this fundraiser, $500, $1,000, $2,000. Okay, now we're having Andrew Lloyd Webber come out. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Phantom of the Opera. Andrew Lloyd Webber, what are you doing here? So that's crazy.
What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. And now we just have to go to bed, and we're leaving tomorrow. So I'm not gonna vlog tomorrow because we're just getting on a plane. So bye, New York, I guess. Good night. Well, AD might want to vlog when she gets out of the shower.
We can have a just yap session about what we thought about Sunset if you'd like.
This is true. I don't even know. I don't even have thoughts. I have a million thoughts and I have no thought. I don't know what to say. You want to talk?
I will talk at least for like a little bit.
Let's get a queen out.
I'm like, okay. At least there's like one thought that's actually been eating at me like since the theater.
I wish I could open the closet and took notes.
No, real. Oh my gosh.
And I wanted a script in front of me because I lost a lot of the words
Yes.
because she was singing so artfully.
Well, it was that, and like the music was louder than the voices in the beginning, so you couldn't hear anything. So like
I agree.
for the
And
first
also a
few
lot of his
scenes,
talking as well.
I was just so like confused.
Wait.
Yes.
I did not like how sensitive the mics were. When
Yes.
she was quiet,
No,
it was
that's
real.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And then she'd get loud, and it was so loud.
It
It was
was
like
so
reverberating
loud.
throughout the whole theater.
Yes.
Wait, I have something to say. Go ahead. You say your thing first.
Okay,
Say
okay.
your thing first.
So it's just like for the first like few scenes, I was just like really confused because I couldn't like understand what was going on or anything. And so when it came to With One Look, the like big song, I was like, this song would be so emotional if I had any like connection because like the song and like the singing was actually like so beautiful
technically
and
perfect,
like yes,
emotionally
and like the
perfect.
instrumental backing it was just
Oh
so
my
like
God, the orchestra, I was like, this might be the most beautiful
Guys,
overture
when we
I've
walked
ever
in, I
Yes.
saw a guy with either a viola or a violin walking in too.
Mm-hmm.
I watched. They let him in through the side door. He was like, he was going to eat. He was going to slay down the house.
yeah. So and then I was like thinking about it and I'm like this would be so good, like everything is so beautiful about this, but I was like I have no idea who this woman is and like this is a really weird moment for this like big number.
It's so close to the beginning.
Yes.
She just
I
like
was
more
like,
15 minutes in.
exactly. So I was just like so confused, and then I was like realizing now in hindsight, I was like, that's the point of it. Like that's it's like she expects everyone to like love her and know who she is, and then like nobody does. But it's like okay, you're good, but so we were all like clapping and everything. But it's like, who is this woman? And then it's like you realize after the fact that that's the point. Like she's been forgotten for so long, but like she thinks she's still so like delusional and like obsessive. Oh my god, it was so good, and that's like the biggest thought I've had. So my big thought that I forgot to talk to July about because we were so gagged. Because once again, why was Andrew Lloyd Webber there? And I'm turned. But like, what are you doing here, sir? Is I just thought it was so interesting that like the second that they like gave up on her, when Betty gave up on Joe, they would take the mic off and just walk off stage. What's that about? They would pull the mic off of their ear, and it's like, are you breaking character? Are you like I don't?
Oh, I thought that was cool too.
I thought that was so interesting
The guy,
because
the
Max
first guy
even
that
did it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like Archie did it, and then Betty did it, and then Joe did it, and then he died.
Yes.
And then even Max did it, and even Max gave up on her. And I was like, even Max gave up on her.
It's because like it's told from this like delusional woman's
Right.
kind of point of view, and she's so obsessed with like being in the pictures. So as far as she's concerned, I'm thinking like life is a movie
Yeah.
for her. So it's like when people
When it
leave her,
started-
it's like they're out of her movie. That's kind
Right.
of like the symbolism I was
Oh,
hearing.
I think I
So
like that
when
idea.
No, you could.
They leave like they're not.
I just-
they're not in the cast anymore.
Exactly.
I
I just thought that was
like
such a
that.
weird, cool detail that I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, it really gagged me when Max did it because he was like, he literally was so locked in. Oh my god, I like feel sick thinking about it. How committed they were to
I know.
to continuing her delusion. And like Joe cared so much, even though he like didn't even know what to do, that they just fed into it. They just they did not know what to do.
Wait,
And
Joe didn't care at all. Did y'all not hear what he was saying in Sunset Boulevard?
no, I heard a little bit of it, but it's like he still went back.
He went back because he wanted somewhere to live.
I guess.
I think he was just scared because
That-
she
it-
split his wrist the moment.
I know.
Her wrist, the moment.
That's what I'm saying. I just no, like I
scared she's gonna
right.
like, go off the
I do
rails
agree
and
that a lot of it was just like he did what he had to do. But, like it got to a point where he didn't know what to do with himself because he kept coming back. He would go to Betty. He could have lived with Betty.
Yeah.
But he
Betty
didn't.
wasn't rich.
I know, but
they
still.
offered him a place on their couch, and he
Right.
wanted to leave. But
No,
he,
did you
like-
hear what he said to Betty? How he was talking about the house when he was leaving her and how nice it was?
I think he was
He
saying
was-
that. I think he was saying that just so that, like, to spare Betty, like, to get her away. I think because he knows that at least this is what I was getting.
This is okay. This is my perspective is just very different.
Right. No, my perspective, what I got from that was, he knows that she was like insane and out of her mind. The fact that she went to like visit her at her like work and like he knew as soon as Betty was like,
she just called.
I don't know, it might have been a call, it might have been visiting, I wasn't sure, but either way.
I knew she called. Did she tell her to come to the house? I thought she said. I thought she was like, if you want to know where he lives so bad, come to the house. And then he was like, but then even Joe was like, yeah, come see it, Betty, and gave her the address. And I was like, what the fuck is
I
going
don't know.
on?
To me, it was like his way of pushing her away to get her away. Like, because he knew that
Ew, I feel
she
sick. I feel
called-
sick.
No, real. Because, like, he knew that she talked to Betty and
Right.
was probably scared that she was going to, like, hurt her because she Right, because she talked to him and she was like, who's Betty?
Right.
And then I think that scared him and was like, oh my goodness, Betty's in danger. And I think that was his way of like pushing her away, like make her think I don't care about her to like get her away. That was my impression. But like obviously that was just how I
didn't
saw
know. I didn't know what he was doing there. I was just. I'm like, yeah, he's either trying to protect her, or he's like, is she gonna get pulled out of it? Is this finally what's gonna be the breaking point that she just leaves it alone?
No,
Did she kill his ass?
I think the moment that just like made that show for me was honestly when like the lights flashed and you saw him dying. Like that was so intense for me. I was like immediately just like in
Blown
shock.
away.
Yes.
Just like that performance, and she's just standing there. I just couldn't. She's going like.
The reference back to her like insane movie plot that made no sense, and she was like, and she kisses.
Yeah. Literally the head on the platter. Yeah. Yes. And then she goes, no, I'm out of my scene. It's almost like she was doing the scene.
Yes.
I know. Okay, I'm ready for my shot now. I'm ready for my close up.
Yeah, it definitely made it seem like she was like just acting the movie out.
Yes.
Like this was her movie the whole time.
Yeah.
And that makes make sense when like the actors take their things off.
Yes, and it does make you question. It's like, was this whole thing actually just the movie?
Right.
Like, are you just watching her?
Oh my god, I'm
movie?
sick.
That's
I'm
crazy.
sick.
I know.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I was literally telling everybody on the way. I'm like, there's so much symbolism that you don't really.
What if Norma is actually still?
What
What if Norma's actually still famous and she is portraying some of her mental struggles in this movie, and this is her movie, and that's why when the characters leave,
Yeah.
they take the shit off and they're not part of the cast
I
anymore.
know. It's so good.
Man,
Like
we watched some good shows this week.
We definitely did.
At intermission, like all of us around, like me, were like, I don't know why Macri was hyping this up so much. We're just so confused. And then I was like, and he comes out of a body bag in the beginning, so clearly he dies. I was like, she
That's what
kills
I
him.
said. But I kept saying, but I think he's gonna kill her. Because why would she kill him? Oh.
Oh, yeah, no, because she's like obsessed with him. She's like obsessed
Right.
with keeping him. And
Right.
Like, oh my God.
Ew, I'm sick. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Right.
I just can't stop thinking about it. I can just picture her.
Can I? My original thoughts were that he was just using her for her money or whatever, and to live in the house. And I do think that he actually did like Betty.
Yes.
I agree, but I was like kind of like annoyed with that plot line because he was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." Didn't show up. "Yeah, I'll be there." Okay, we're in love now. It's like,
Okay, yes, he was definitely being very, very
I'm sure there
sketchy.
was lore, but I'm just like, you.
I feel like the
weird.
reason-
the second that she said she didn't want to marry that dude, she's like, "You're right, I am in love with you." Okay, clap if we care. I was just like, all right, I guess so.
There definitely wasn't enough build up between them, in my opinion.
There just could have been something, but not that he had time because he had to freaking take care
Yes,
of Norma.
Norma was definitely very much in the way, but I think that's what she wanted to do.
Right.
But I think that what's his name again?
Joe.
Joe, yes. I think that Joe did like Betty. And that at the end, I think that he was, because you know how he was like, I'm not the right man or whatever before she left.
Yeah.
I think that he was just maybe pretending to be fine so she could get up out of there, so she could get out of the whole situation.
Yeah.
It just got to a freaking point.
I know, and I think that he was really, really mad with Norma at the end when he was like, Max is the one that has been writing all of your fan letters and stuff. I think he was actually
Did I
mad.
miss that? There were so many lines that I was missing and I knew they were important, but I like literally couldn't hear
I remember
them.
that moment where he was just like he just
Yeah.
That's why
literally
she crashed out and killed him,
Yes.
because she realized that she wasn't actually famous anymore.
Yeah.
She realized that she had actually been delusional the whole time and was not the star that she thought she was, and the star that Max was making her believe she was. And by that point, he had left.
Yes.
So she didn't have nowhere else to turn. She took the gun out and went bam, 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 and then
Exactly.
he was dead. I don't know why he sticked around for that long. Honestly, I fear he should have just left the situation when she slit her wrist.
Right. No, that's exactly like what I'm saying.
But I think he was very enticed by the fact. I think that he knew in the beginning that she wanted him. I think he peeped that a little bit, and that he was
knew he could gain
gouging.
from
Yes,
that.
and that because he was broke. Y'all heard it in the beginning. I hate Hollywood. He had no money. That car was getting taken from him. She knew he was broke, so she was being really, 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 really obsessive over him. She knew he didn't really have anywhere else to go.
Right. The money I think was definitely enticing just because like he was like $300 or whatever.
Yes.
Overdue.
So I feel like he was being very I feel like he's not a good person. No. He is not a good person, and she's not a good narrator.
I agree. But I think it's interesting. Just he got in so deep that I think he lost sight of what he was in it for. He stayed. He went in for the money.
Yes.
She wasn't ever paying him because then he said, "I couldn't even go because they had taken my car at that point. They found it at her house and they took it from
And
her
I
house."
think he said he hadn't made $1. I think he said
she didn't pay him. She didn't pay him, and his car was gone.
No,
and
I
he was
don't
like,
mean,
"Well,
no, I don't. Well, he was supposed to make money, but
Right,
she kept telling him it would be after Paramount read her thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And he knew that, but it was like it got to a point where he knew he was never gonna get paid.
Yeah, he should have. It's like at some point he definitely lost sight of the plot.
That's what I'm saying. He
But
was
I do
in too
think that he did actually like Betty.
Yes.
I do think that she was mad when when she crashed out and killed him.
I think it's also interesting the side plot where he gave his story to Betty to finish didn't really get resolved. I don't think. Like she finished the script or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, good job. We ended up finishing it together anyway," which was interesting.
I just was like so confused about that whole plot. Like
Right.
I could not figure out who Archie was until she said she was ending it with him, and I was like,
Archie
"Oh,
was
okay.
the
It
one-
was
you
she was
remember
engaged."
when it was
I
in
knew
the
who he
threes?
was. I was like, "There's some man there, but what does he have to do with this?" I realized they were engaged. Okay, she broke it off. Clap if you care. And then he's like, "Yeah," she's just like, "Please help me with the script. You're way more experienced than me." And then they did, and then they
Except
finished
that
it.
He literally gave. No.
He was passing it on to her because he
passed
couldn't
on
write
to her
anymore?
because
Was
he
that it?
Like tied up with
Right.
her story.
But she needed help. So I just don't. I'm like,
I
how can we
think
care?
no, think
I just was
the
not understanding the
thing was,
point.
like, why? I don't know. What's the significance of the story?
Exactly. It's just like there needed to be another woman. Basically, there needed to be something to pull him out from Norma.
Yeah.
I guess. But I just am like, no, I just don't get it. He's like old life, I guess.
He was a writer. He knew what's her name first, Betty.
Right.
He was a writer and he knew Betty first, and Betty was like talking to him about the his writing his book or whatever beforehand. And she's a publisher, so she wanted to have him edit it. She said it needed a few changes or whatever, so that she could publish it and they could probably make a few bucks off.
Then she said keep to the original ideas. That was interesting. They had like a whole talk, and she was like, because he was like, I don't know, I don't think my story's good enough or something, and she was like, no, you should just keep it with your original. Which I guess I'm.
It could be.
It's like symbolism for like you should stick to your original story. I don't know, like like if it's just kind of like a reminder of like where he was really. It's just like you were at this point, and then it's like
that's
you
just why
stick to that, and it's just this like I don't know.
I think
it
was just kind of weird because we would get to these scenes with Nora and it would be like the most deep. There would be like 10 different layers, and we're still discussing because it's just like, oh my god, this is going on. And then we add the Max element into it, and they're married at one point, and then there's this element of like they're letting her back at the studio because they feel bad and they don't know what to do. And do you know what I mean? There's just all this stuff going on, and then he would switch back and be with Betty, and it was just like, well, here we are. And that was just it. And I was like, what? Who's next? Like I'm not.
It's because when she was doing that stuff at Paramount, he was secretly going out to work on it with Betty.
Right.
To work on the original.
Yeah, because that's the only time he had, because she was going back and forth to Paramount with Max to work on her stuff, because they just had her going back and forth because they wanted her car.
Right.
They didn't even actually want her movie script.
Right, exactly.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and then he ended up telling her that at the end.
Yes, yeah.
I know, yeah.
I think it was like she couldn't handle the fact that like her delusion was just actually broken, and like she couldn't. That's just. Oh, it's so good.
I know. Oh my god.
Like the more you think about it, the better the story gets.
Literally, we just yapped for 17 minutes, and it's on my vlog. I'm gonna have to put it in 2 times speed.